I am going to try to make pickles. So I found a recipe online that's called Crunchy Refrigerator Pickles. Quick and easy homemade dill pickles recipe. I'll try to link it if I can in the description of this video. And here is my jar with the spices, some fresh dill from my garden, along with some garlic from last year's garden. So you can see, and I also added just a little bit. I'm following the recipe exactly, with one exception. I did add just a smidgen of celery salt because I saw that in some other recipes online and thought that would be fun to try. And I've got my brine that I've already gotten ready that has, so here's the brine, and this is a combination of just some water, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, a tiny bit of sugar and salt that I heated up on the stove just so that the salt and sugar would dissolve. And then I've been letting it sit here to get kind of room temperature, which it feels like it is. So now that I've got all these things ready, I'm going to take my pickles, or sorry, they're not pickles yet, my cucumbers, and pack them in this jar. And these are two different kinds of cucumbers. I think I lost track from the garden this year that I did not grow last year. These are varieties that are more suited for pickling. The cucumbers I had last year were a variety called Beit Alpha. I think, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Beit Alpha. All of them have come from Baker Creek. These are, I think, Boston Pickling and Monica. Now, I don't really have enough cucumbers yet to fill the jar. You're supposed to try to kind of pack the cucumbers in here. I don't have that many cucumbers, so that's okay. I'm going to go with what I've got. And let me see, I'm going to just look at I think I've got everything in here, except the recipe also suggests that you could put in some onion slices. I've decided not to do that because the pickles that I usually buy don't, I believe, have onion in them. I may check that and see, but regardless, now you're supposed to pour the brine liquid over it. Okay, only a little spillage on the counter. All right, so now I've got my liquid in there. I want to make sure that part of packing it, I'm guessing, is also to keep them from floating, which obviously these are floating. So let me see, I may try to put a little more liquid in there, or I may just let it go and turn it upside down every so often, maybe in the fridge. All right, well, I've packed those in as well as I can. I've put as much brine as I can. So now I'm going to put my lid on here, and I'll give it a good shake, make sure everything's all shaken up, and then it'll sit in the refrigerator. The recipe says to leave it alone for 5 days to let it fully marinate in the brine. I may check them in a couple days just because. Anyways, here we go, my first try at pickles. Thanks for joining me here today in Aunt Susan's garden. P.S. It's a couple of days later, and I'm going to try eating a pickle. It's actually at least a week later, sorry. I'm going to try eating a pickle. Now, you can see I don't know if you can tell in the light, the pickles are a little more yellow than what I'm used to. I think that's the apple cider vinegar. Let's see how it tastes. They're very crispy, which I like, the crunchy crispy. I can taste a little bit of the heat from the red pepper flakes. I don't hate them. I think the next time I'm going to try making them without the apple cider vinegar and maybe a little less sugar because they're a little sweeter, I think maybe than I would love. But overall, thumbs up for my first try.